So welcome back to my channel. Give me a subscribe if you have not, and if you are joining for the first time, thank you very much for joining me here. My name is Felix Edudakwa. I've got a lot of interesting stories for you today, but the first one is that, well, Alejandro Garnacho was on the score sheet against Everton this weekend at the Goodison Park. He had an awesome bicycle kick goal. Charlie, this one, dear, it's a serious goal of the season contender. And I'm telling you, this is going to make waves. And it already is making waves in the world of sports, in football, especially in Europe and worldwide. Alejandro Garnacho is the name on the lips of every football-loving fan. He scored an absolute stunner whilst he connected beautifully with a cross coming in from the right side from the legs or the boots of Diogo Dalot, and amazing. He did amazingly well. People are starting to compare this bicycle kick, and they're starting to give it all the accolades that it deserves. Now, there are a group of people who think that this is the best bicycle kick or overhead kick ever in the history of football. Do you agree? So people are starting to compare this goal with some of the all-time great overhead kicks or bicycle kicks that you will ever come across. So there's one from Wayne McRooney, 2011, a great goal against Manchester City in 2011 February. He got that spot on, and that is one of them. And number two is that overhead kick by Gareth Bale in the 2018 Champions League final, where Madrid won against Liverpool by 3-1. That second goal was a good one, and so Gareth Bale's overhead kick is also on there. And then the third one I'll bring to you is also from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Do you remember that 4-2 win that Sweden had over England in 2012? I mean, I remember that so well. The overhead kick that Zlatan had in that game against Jude. Oh, that was splendid, Charlie. That game and that overhead kick is one of them. And then finally, the great one, Cristiano Ronaldo. Do you remember that overhead kick that sent Madrid to win the Champions League over Juventus as they won by 3-0? That overhead kick, that bicycle kick, Charlie, that made it. I mean, so let's compare these five and see where you would place Alejandro Garnacho's bicycle kick. So this one is for you to decide. I'll leave that to you. Please drop your opinion in the comment section. Let's know which one that you would prefer as number 1, number 2, and number 3. Essentially, you can add 4 and 5 though if you still would prefer. Secondly, we move on to Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham has been playing some good football all season for Real Madrid after he joined from Borussia Dortmund. Before that, he was playing for Birmingham City. He was transferred when he was only 16. Now he's playing some good football for Madrid, and this season he has made another record. Oh, Jude Bellingham has scored his 14th goal already in all competitions for Real Madrid. He's got 11 in the Spanish Premier Liga, and he's got 3 in the UEFA Champions League. This makes him the first ever player to score in his first 15 games the most goals. So Jude Bellingham has got 14 out of 15. That's some record, man. That's some record. So Jude Bellingham holds. Before that, it was being held by who else? Cristiano Ronaldo, who also had scored 13. Alfredo Di Stefano, and of course your man Pruden. So he's got 11 in the La Liga, and he's got 3 already in the UEFA Champions League. So Jude Bellingham is your man now in the Spanish Premier Liga. He's leading the top scorers chart as a midfielder. Yes, he is leading in the Spanish Premier La Liga. This season has been all about Jude Bellingham, and Charlie, we need to give him his flowers. He's doing so well for Madrid, and he's being the one who's been carrying the team all season. Yes, he's been carrying them along all season. Now, the final story is a sad one, but, you know, it's not surprising because it's Sergio Ramos. And when you hear Sergio Ramos, there's one thing that comes to mind: red card. You understand? Yeah. So Sergio Ramos has had his first red card since rejoining his boyhood club Sevilla this season. So it's his first since rejoining. 29. You know, 29. 29 is bad, you know. But the 37-year-old has recorded 29 red cards in his career. So spanning from his football career when he began in his board club Sevilla, transferred to Madrid, and back to Sevilla now after roaming to PSG, he has had 29 red cards. So he had that one when Sevilla lost by 2-1 against Real Sociedad over the weekend. And then, of course, he was the subject of contention because he also made Jesus Navas also record his first ever red card in his career by challenging that decision. So Sergio Ramos picks a tackle and he does it wrongly. Before that, he had been booked on the 82nd minute mark, and then 6 minutes later he went for another tackle. He was booked a yellow card. Then after consultation with the VAR, the referee realizes that it's a straight red, so he gives him a straight red card. And then there is the contention between the captain of the side, Jesus Navas, and then the referee. And then the referee sends Jesus Navas off for the first time ever in his career. The issue of discipline of Sergio Ramos has been one threat in his whole season and in his entire career as a whole. Well, it's worthy to note that he is the most booked player in the 21st century in terms of red cards. So in terms of red cards, he has received more red cards more than Rafael Marquez, who has had 21, that Mexican former footballer, and of course Felipe Melo, who had 20 during his playing career. So Sergio Ramos would lead that. Sevilla on some bad form as it stands now. They are winless in 7 league games. They are currently 15th on the league log, and it's not going well for them, but they're going to also lose Sergio Ramos for another run of games. Thank you very much for joining me. Subscribe if you have not, and then give me a like if you really love this one. Thank you.